So I'm here with Susie. Susie, me and you been debating about how is the market right now. It's to me, the market it is a buyer's market, but I think the game is still messed up. People, the interest rate and everything. You get what I'm saying? So people is not intrigued to buy no more.
Is that what you think?
That's what I think.
I think you're wrong. I think people are still interested in purchasing and based on what they're trying to purchase.
Did you look at the statistic of how many realtors last year didn't sell a house?
Doesn't matter.
I was one of those realtors.
Sorry.
I mean, I gotta be honest. I got my license.
Okay, so just because you did not make that sale, that doesn't mean houses aren't selling. And houses are continuing to sell because what happened is I'm seeing that a lot of buyers are purchasing houses without realtors as well.
So that's what I'm saying. Do you think in a few years being a realtor will be something that's obsolete? It won't be around no more.
It just depends. I know there's a large, I guess AI is taking over a lot of things, but there's people that's old school that still wants a realtor, wants somebody to be there physically to help them.
That's true, but when you think about it, right? With Zillow and everything, and Zillow finding leads and stuff like that, how is the regular realtor going to keep up with, like you say, AI and everything being implemented? In a couple years, in the next 5 to 10 years, it's projected that AI is going to take over in a lot of industry. Most jobs is going to be obsolete. So, all right, you think about it. How are people going to afford to pay for houses? How are they going to do this if they're not even retraining the market, the job market? You know what I'm saying? How are people going to maintain? I see 2008 happening again. I think people think we had the crash already, but I think something bigger is coming.
I don't think there will be a crash. I don't think so. I mean, although the prices are going down, I believe that the prices are just leveling off. Based off after that COVID spike, the prices were way too high to begin with.
All right, since you stunting on me, I know I didn't make a sale last year. I know you made a couple sales last year. You made a couple sales last year. You ain't got to tell me if
Yes,
how many you did, right?
Yes, I did.
So based on, you're saying it's based on my perspective not making no sales, why I have that perspective of the market.
No, there's a lot of false things going around, news and whatever it is, and just nobody can predict anything unless you're, I don't know. I mean, you can't predict what's going to happen. This is Florida, and Florida is growing. So yes, there's a lot of houses for sale, but that's based on maybe people losing their job or people relocating, but houses are still selling regardless.
So what you think about the insurance, the insurance? Don't you think the insurance is a big factor also? That's what I was thinking. I thought it was thinking the interest rate and plus insurance in Florida.
Well, I mean, you can always refinance. So even though the interest rate is probably at 7% right now, you can refinance later on, maybe in a year or two, whatever it is. But interest rate, remember when interest rate was like 19%?
Yeah, that's
people are still buying.
When was this? What people are talking about when interest rate was 18? That's way back in the days.
But they still purchased, right?
Listen, yes, it's true. And I heard to be honest, I heard that interest rates did fall below 7 in certain circumstances.
Well, after COVID, interest rate went all the way to 2.5%. So people were getting interest rate as low as 2.225 interest rate.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that, because I see that they're pushing, such individual is pushing for the interest rate to go down, right? Do you think if the interest rate was supposed to go to 2.5 or say not even 2.5, ease to like 4.5, do you think that'll make a drastical or dramatical difference in the real estate market?
If interest rate goes down, yes, you're going to have more buyers.
Yeah?
Yes, a lot more buyers. Whether the price of the house is high or not, people are going to buy. So interest rate plays a high part. Now, if you're talking about homeowners insurance, I mean, it just depends on what type of house you get. If you're getting a house with flood insurance that you have to pay for as well, then that is a factor. If you're getting it just depends. So if the house had any kind of I guess, major defect to it, like some type of leak or some kind of electrical problem, whatever, yes, the interest is going to be up. I mean, the home insurance is going to be high, but away from that, home insurance, it varies. So, I mean, I'm not even going to look at that. People have to pay insurance. Everything is going up.
So you don't think the cost of living in Florida, because to be honest and to be fair, the prices, they're leveling off. But I think the interest rate going up was a necessity in the market because it eased the prices from going too much, because I think inflation and everything.
So the higher the interest rate goes, then the prices of the houses will go down.
Yeah.
And then if the houses go down too low, then the interest rate will go up.
So do you think the homeowner is winning either way? Because all right, look, if interest rate, like you say, if interest rate goes down, the prices go up. If interest rate goes up, the prices go down, right? The higher the interest rate is, the more you'll be paying for the house, right?
But you can refinance.
But you can refinance at a later date. So that's why. So you're saying that the win for most buyers that most people aren't seeing is if a buyer buys a house right now for a good price, they could later refinance in the future.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then
so
we'll
I think
be
that's
able to have an affordable mortgage.
Yeah. So I think that's where most people get the misconception, like, oh, they get a high interest rate now, they're going to be locked in forever.
Well, a lot of people are saying, okay, I don't want to refinance because like you're starting all over. I got to pay for it and all that stuff, but they don't know. So this is why it's very important to speak to a mortgage broker.
How much is the average cost to do refinance?
Well, I am not sure. You'd have to speak to a mortgage broker on that based on probably whatever they're doing, but I've seen it multiple times where people refinance and it's not that much to do it. And I know you're starting over, but the thing is with people, they're scared. They're scared of a 30-year mortgage. And most people, especially first-time home buyers, they think that, okay, I'm gonna buy this house and I'm gonna have 30 years to pay it off. Some say, oh, I'm gonna try and pay it off in 15. But in all reality, it rarely ever happens where somebody live in that house for 30 years. It really.
Because they want to move.
People sell. I mean, I've seen it so many times where someone buys a house and within the next between 3 and that 10-year mark, 7-year mark, they sell it.
Yeah, because they get tired of it.
No, life happens. Either they have to relocate, their family get larger or smaller. So why people think that, oh, I'm gonna buy a house, I'll be there for 10 years, I'm paying this high mortgage and I have this high interest rate and all that stuff. That's so ludicrous. If you want a house, just get a house. Yeah? When it's time to sell, you sell. If you're gonna be there and God forbid you're there for 20, 30 years,
so you don't recommend people renting? Because sometimes in some situations it seems like renting is better than buying.
Well, that depends too, because you can rent it and then you end up having to pay more because of maybe the tenants that you end up getting. It could be if there's bad tenants that destroy your house, then you're coughing up money out of your pocket that might be more expensive than the security deposit that you received. So a lot of people don't want to get caught up in that too. So I believe you buy it, sell it, buy another one, and keep going.
All right. Next important question I want to ask for you. Then we're gonna keep coming with more of these. Maybe me and Susan, me and other realtors. But Susan, big question: what do you think about Florida getting rid of property taxes? What do you think about that?
That will never happen.
You don't think that'll ever happen?
No.
Why do you think that can never happen?
Because property taxes, it takes care of all kinds of stuff. I mean, whether it's true or not, I mean, property taxes pay what? The firefighters, they're saying, the police, the community, I guess, improve the community and stuff like that. So I don't think that would happen. Because if they don't pay it, then who's going to pay it? So
let me ask you a question. We have the most toll roads. You don't think they make the money off, say, taxes, sales taxes, and tolls, where they could, say, offset it a little bit?
We make a lot of money from several different things. We make money from lottery, we make from toll, we make it from all different type of taxes and stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think so, but it's to come. I mean, sometimes there.
And you think you think that's a good strategy to get people to move here?
To tell them there will be no property taxes?
No property taxes.
I mean, they con us a lot, so anything is possible.
So, but you think that's a false promise, basically?
I think so.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. I was like, hey, that'll be good.
It will be good. It will be good, but it will never happen.
Yeah. You think if they get rid of property taxes, what would be next? Get rid of the HOA? Because I hear people complaining about HOA.
I believe they would probably get rid of HOA before property taxes.
Why?
Just because, I mean, I don't know if you heard about a couple scams down in South Florida with HOAs and stuff like that, but a lot of people are complaining that it's not really doing anything, which I think that's completely wrong or incorrect, I should say. But HOA is a good thing because it provides structure in your community, and you know, it limits certain things that you can do, and it kind of helps to keep the home value up. So it is a good thing, but
I would say get rid of property taxes before HOA. Reason why? Because HOA is kind of a structural thing, and then property taxes. I think property taxes is something that barriers a homeowner from outright owning their house.
Which one? Property taxes?
Yeah. Because I think that's something
the government has to get their
tied to somebody's property, versus I could live in a community that don't have HOA.
Yeah, but
I'm saying? I could choose to buy my house there.
If you don't pay your property taxes, they can take away your house.
Yeah, that's
if you
what
don't pay your HOA, they can take away your house.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But I could choose to not live in a community that don't have property taxes.
But you can't choose not to pay property taxes.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
That I could choose to live in a community that don't have HOA. I meant to say.
Well,
but I can't choose. Every property got to pay property taxes. That's why I think we don't never really outright own.
If you notice, America is one of the ones that charge us the most taxes. And I'm talking about a lot of countries. I don't know if you've done your homework, but a lot of countries don't charge property taxes. And
Really?
They're laughing at us. So, however, the government can come in and scheme us out of money. That's exactly what they're doing with the property taxes and all the other taxes, you know, across the board, just to be able to make their money. So somebody have to make money. So if you take away property taxes from this state, then just say Florida.
Yeah.
Right? Who's going to pull that tab? Who's going to take up that tab?
Who's gonna pay it?
Who's going to pay it?
The citizens. They're gonna make the money some other way.
So like Florida right now, right? We
don't have state income tax.
We don't have state taxes. So if they take away property taxes, they might just allow us to pay state taxes. That's also another tax.
Yeah, all right. So this is the thing. You just made an important point. A lot of countries across the world don't believe in the tax system that we have here.
Exactly.
And they seem to thrive better than us.
And they're laughing at us.
And they're laughing.
And they have free health insurance.
Free every care. They get all cares. But Susie,
free education.
It was nice talking to you. If y'all want more, y'all know what y'all got to do. Subscribe and let me know. This is my controversial real estate friends. We don't never agree on nothing. I'm surprised we agreed on like 2 or 3 stuff today. Thank y'all.